loving students. This is Ezra, your accountancy teacher. May God bless us all with all His blessings. Let us now go to the problems in accounting equation. And let us take the second sum given in page number 73. For the following transactions, show the effect on accounting equation. My dear students, in your book, it is given in the form of tabular column, and I am not going to teach in that way. Do not immediately come to a conclusion that I am going to teach in a different way. No, the answer will be the same. You need not to draw tabular column, whereas you will get the same equation as it is given in your book. Before going to do the problem, again recollect what we have studied in the previous class. Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. This is the accounting equation. And two things you have to keep in your mind. Keep them as mantras. Incomes and profits added to capital must be added to the capital, and expenses and losses should be subtracted from capital. Now let us do the sum. Take the sum, and what is given? First one, Raj started business with cash. What to do? You have to write the transaction first. Transaction, Raju started business with rupees with cash 40,000. And I have told this is the accounting equation. Cash comes into the business and cash is an asset. So cash is equal to capital. There is no liability, so you need not write the equation. And we have written the equation. The only thing which you have to do is you go for filling the amount. How much is brought into the business? 40,000. Cash is equal to 40,000 and capital remains the same, 40,000. Remember, this cash is given by the owner and capital is the owner's liability. This amount should be given to the owner. That is why it should be treated as owner's liability, and it is given in the name of a name capital. Cash is equal to capital equation, and the amount is cash 40,000, capital 40,000. Next transaction is open the bank account. Transaction to open the bank account with the deposit of 30,000. With the deposit of 30,000. First, you have to understand the transaction first. What do you mean by depositing in a bank? We take money from our hands, from our cash, and we put it in the bank. That is the thing which we do in this transaction. It means there will not be any change in the capital because there is no income, there is no profit, there is no expense, there is no loss. We take amount from cash, so cash is affected. Now, bank, the amount deposited in a bank is also an asset that comes into the business. So, cash plus bank is equal to capital. We have framed the equation, and from 40,000, 30,000 is taken. So, cash 40,000 minus 30,000 plus. And we have deposited the amount in the bank. How much is deposited? 30,000. This is 30,000. There is no change in the capital. So, 40,000. So, cash will be 10,000. Bank will be 30,000 and capital will be 40,000. This is equation and we have given the amount. And take the next one. C. Transaction C. What is given? Here we have to write B. Here we have to write A. Transaction C. Bought goods from Hari. Bought goods from Hari. What is that amount? Hari on credit for 12,000. On credit for 12,000. It means we have borrowed goods. So goods come into the business. Here that should be treated as an asset by the name stock. Here we have to create one asset called stock. And we have not paid money to Hari. So Hari becomes the creditor of the business. Now what are the items, how to make the equation. Cash. Cash is an asset already existing and bank is also existing. Now new asset comes into the business, that is stock. Okay. Capital. Now Hari has become a creditor. So creditor. This is the equation we have framed. Now we go for writing the amount. Cash. There is no change in cash. 10,000. There is no change in bank. 30,000. But we have borrowed stock from Hari, and that is the amount 12,000 is equal to capital. There is no change in the capital. 40,000 plus creditor 12,000. If you add these things, you must get the same amount. 10, 40, 52. 40, 52. You will get the same answer. This is equation and this is the amount. Let us go to the next transaction. Next transaction is Raju withdrew cash 1,000 for personal use. It means he has withdrawn 1,000 rupees from his capital. So what will be the effect of asset side? He will take 1,000 from cash. So what are the items for the equation? Cash plus bank plus stock plus is equal to capital plus creditors. He is withdrawn for 1,000 rupees for his personal use. So the cash will go down from 10,000 to 9,000. We have to subtract the amount withdrawn by him. That is, he has taken 1,000 rupees from cash. So we have to subtract this 1,000 rupees. There is no change in bank. 30,000. There is no change in the stock. Here, capital. From the capital 40,000, you have to subtract that 1,000 rupees because he has withdrawn 1,000 rupees from his capital. That amount should be subtracted. Plus creditors 12,000. Now cash becomes 9,000, bank 30,000, stock 12,000, and that becomes 39,000 plus 12,000. And this is equation and this is the amount. Cash is 9,000, bank is 30,000, stock is 12,000, capital is 39,000, creditors is 12,000. And let us go to the next one. Bought furniture by using debit card. Bought furniture by using debit card. Debit card. What is that amount? For 10,000 rupees. See, you must understand the transaction. When we use debit card means bank will pay. It means amount will be deducted from the bank amount. When we use debit card, we have to give our card. And when they use that card means the amount will be withdrawn from that bank deposit. Now, the same items will come. Cash plus bank plus stock. See, now we get a new asset called furniture and is equal to capital plus creditors. There will not be any change in cash, whereas there will be change in the bank amount because we have taken 10,000. The bank will take 10,000 from its deposit. From 30,000, we have to subtract that 10,000. Stock remaining the same, 12,000. Now we have borrowed furniture 10,000 and the capital is, there is no change in the capital and there is no change in the creditors. So cash is 9,000 and bank is 20,000 and stock is 12,000 and furniture is 10,000. There is no change in the capital, 39,000 and 12,000 creditors. And this is equation and this is the amount. And now let us go to the next one. sold goods to Murugan. Sold goods to Murugan. Murugan and cash received. And cash received. Received 6,000. See, here we have sold goods to Murugan. We need not worry about the person because we have received money from him. So we have got cash and we have sold goods. See, they have not given the value of the stock sold. So 6,000 worth of goods were sold for 6,000 alone. So there will not be any change in the capital. And from Murugan we have got money. So what are the items come? Cash plus bank plus stock plus furniture is equal to capital plus creditors. See, there will be change in the cash. With 9,000, now we have received 6,000 cash for the sales. And bank, there is no change in bank, 20,000. Stock, there is a change because from 12,000 rupees, we have taken goods worth rupees 6,000. So that 6,000 should be subtracted. Remember, you have to subtract the value of the stock taken from the stock. Here, we have taken 6,000 worth of goods and those goods were sold for 6,000 alone. So, that 6,000 should be subtracted from the stock and there is no change in the furniture. What is the value of furniture? 10,000. See, there is no change in capital because there is no profit. When there is profit in selling, that profit should be added to capital. Here there is no profit, so we need not add that profit with the capital. Leave that, and the capital remains 39,000. Creditors remains the same, 12,000. Now, cash 15,000 plus bank 20,000 plus stock 6,000 plus furniture 10,000 is equal to capital 39,000 and creditors 12,000. Every time you have to add 15, 35, 41, 51, 39, 12, 51. So we have done it correctly. Let us go to the last one. That is money withdrawn from bank for office use. Money withdrawn from bank for office use. What is that amount given? 1,000 rupees. Rupees 1,000. You must understand the transaction. It means we have withdrawn from bank. It means bank deposit will go down and that amount will be added to the cash because that amount will be put with the cash, already existing cash. Here, what are the items come? There will not be change in the items. Cash plus bank plus stock plus furniture is equal to capital plus creditors. We have withdrawn 1,000 rupees. So cash will increase from 15,000. We have to add that 1,000 withdrawn from bank plus bank amount is 20,000. That 1,000 should be subtracted. Stock remains the same 6,000 and furniture remains the same 10,000 and capital remains the same 39,000 and creditors remains the same 12,000. Now go for doing the complete work. 16,000 plus 19,000 plus 6,000 plus 10,000 is equal to 39,000 plus 12,000. And the equation is cash plus bank plus stock plus furniture is equal to capital plus creditors. And cash amount is 16,000, bank amount is 19,000, stock is 6,000, furniture is 10,000. On the whole, 16, 35, 41, 51, 32, 12, 51. We have done it correctly. Now, the only thing which you have to remember is These things must be kept in mind. Incomes and profits should be added to capital. Expenses and losses should be subtracted from capital. These things should be kept in mind. And this is the way of doing accounting equation. In your book, it is given in the form of tabular column. And you will be finding difficult to draw the number of columns. For that, you can follow this. If you find this one is easy, means you can easily follow this. There is no problem in the equation. Equation will be the same, amount will be the same. The only thing which we do is we do not make columns. The same answer you will get. And hope you have understood the concept. By the grace of God, let's meet in the next class. Thank you.